Shalom family, I'm your brother Mark.
Shalom, it's your brother Lamawad. Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Uh,
All praise to the Most High. We're able to come here for another Shabbat, go in this word, bring out these lessons about how to serve the Most High in righteousness and be right, and bring forth the truth about the way to serve God and his history through these holy scriptures and the history, the prophecies, and the obedience that we should be following according to thus saith the Lord, because he has rules, Con.
uh,
So thank you all for, tuning in, and all praises. The world is full of lust, and so that's what we going in here today. If you consume by your lust, excuse me, if it's getting the best of you, if that's number one and more important to you, then it's impossible to serve the Most High the right way. And that's what's going on every day in society. If you're not, if you don't know the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, why Christ died, and what we should be following, what we should be staying away from, how we should move out here in this world toward one another and within our temples. If you don't know these things, and you don't know the Most High God,
uh,
when you know the Most High, you know specifically what he requires from you, because he tells you. Well, how do y'all know that's the right way? Anything outside of this shows forth wickedness, destruction, sin. He give you good doctrine, like the word says, right? He give you good doctrine. These commandments is a light. They shine light on darkness to bring you to the Father, so that you could get this eternal kingdom. He said it's not even a heavy thing. It's not a heavy thing at all. Just going into the lust. What you think about what lust does, Brother Lamawad?
man, it leads you right to sin if you start catering to that lust. It leads you right to it, But our people we've been programmed to cater to that lust, from our music to the way that our people was acting. The older partners, friends, all of them. So it's time for you to just take control and start serving the Most High and pushing that lust off.
So, want to open up. Let's go to James chapter 1, verse 1.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Yeshua Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Nothing wavering. You cannot waver in your faith toward the Most High, right? You got to have patience. Keep it going.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
He says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord, right? His faith is all over the place. A lot of people just ask the Most High for stuff and not even serving them the right way, right? and thinking that he owes it to me. I'm going to do if he gives me what I want. Not this is my lifestyle change. I'm serving the most high God. I'm serving Ahia, Ashar Ahia, and his son Yasha. I'm serving the most high no matter what. They looking for a little blessing. You want to look, you're not even strong in your faith. And you're placing how you gonna serve the most high on that. If he give you something, right? That's not how it go. Toss to and fro. Let's keep that going.
Picking up at verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways.
So it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, you're gonna go to the grave. So you gotta, all men should be looking to have the fear of the Lord and serve him. Right? These things we can't take with us. Be strong in the faith. It says in Sirach in Ecclesiastes 10, it says, why is earth and ashes so proud? There's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. Because you do anything, get puffed up and proud, right? There's nothing wrong with enjoying what the Most High have given you. But people are really out there just boasting against the Most High because they have a little bit of paper dollars, or they have a certain status in this world. But yet, you're going to fade away like it says here. The rich man is like a flower of grass, which he passed away. It tell you that in the first and second Peter's as well. So keeping the Most High first. Let's keep that going.
Picking up at verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
And we know to love him is to keep his commandments. We know that. That's what he said. That's the words tells us.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High.
So you can't say, man, God is tempting me right now. Why? Keep it going.
For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil.
Check that out. So that's you that's going to that. People have it just backwards. They say the blessing, the wicked blessings. Oh, that's the Most High gave me this, but you got it in a wicked way. You fighting with your lust and temptation. You say God is testing me, right? But you ain't. You got to stay in the spirit and you identify what's not of him. Let's keep that going.
For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then with
lust. Let's get that. I actually wanted to get that temptation in First Peter's. I said First Peter, James 1 and 12. I'm gonna get that. Get that.
Like 2 seconds.
Blessed is the man who endures trial. So that word there for temptation is that's 3986, right? And it's perasmos, temptation, try, trials, temptation, testing, putting to proof by experiment of good experience of evil, solicitation, discipline, or provocation. Adversity. See if we got some more on that. Both senses can apply simultaneously. Temptation, testing, trials. That's why he says the trial, what it says right here. Says, let me get that. Blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Remember, Galatians 5, the spirit versus the flesh. We always bring that one out, but of very importance, because when you doing what's not pleasing to the Most High, you in lust. You not in the spirit. It's only two. You doing right, you in the spirit. When you're not in the spirit, you're not even, your mind is not even on what's important to the Most High. You're not even thinking about his commandments. You just doing. You just going, you just doing. You just gonna do. Because it's what you want. Think about it. You in this flesh, so if you're just doing what you want, and you're not, okay, what does the Most High want me to do when that battle is going on? See, the more you in the spirit, it's going to start coming. You keeping the commandments, keeping your life clean, you doing his days, you treating people how he wants you to treat them. You got the baptism, you keeping his commandments. It's going to become natural for you to, today's the Shabbat. Look, you shouldn't be stealing. You shouldn't be fornicating. All these things will become natural. The renewing of your mind, like Romans 12 talks about. But when every day you get up and he's not at all in your thoughts, like the book of Psalms says, the Most High is not at all in their thoughts. He's not in your thoughts. You just lusting all day. You away from the Most High. You're not connected to him. No matter what you say. How you connected to the Most High, you know that these folly days, this Sunday worship, this making up things in your mind, not reading scriptures, all of these things you consumed by your lust. You in idolatry, right? What people are telling you is more important than what his word says. Sorry, that's not of the Most High. You're supposed to study this word. That's what he tells you. You should be proving all things, right? Let's go there. Let's go to Romans chapter 7. Let's start at verse 1.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth? For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then, if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ, that ye should be married to another, even to him who was raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto God. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once. But when the commandment came, sin revived and died, and I died.
So now you learn about the Most High's commandments. Now you know, okay, that's wrong right there. That's the wages of sin is death, right? You're not even there all day. The prince of darkness of this world, he has a entertainment business that keeps putting in your face daily that evil is good, evil's good, evil's good. So you gotta come to the commandments to see that that's wrong. People, you can tell when you, and I ain't even gonna just keep saying in the truth, because what brothers have turned this truth into in this world, it's just not what it once was, right? As far as how people operating with this knowledge of the Most High God, not doing the work of a servant, but just moving like the Pharisees. That's a whole nother lesson in itself. But check that out. All day, every day, people are just out here just moving and don't know. You know, like I was gonna say, people all day will come to you and smile about their sin, right? Laughing about it, not really knowing the seriousness of it, because that's just the way they just in the world. They don't know, right? They clapping about it. They want you to be excited for it. They don't. Some of them not really understanding that it's wrong, right? They might think that there's some accomplishment behind that sin. They don't even look at it as sin because they in darkness, if this is making sense to you. Right? And so just bringing that out. Let's keep that going.
Verse 10. And the commandment, which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good.
And that keeps you set apart. Holy, set apart.
Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law is spiritual.
So the law is spiritual, right? Like we're saying, you doing these things, the spirit against the flesh, you strengthening the spirit. The more you doing the law, that's spiritual. That's getting you stronger. But the more you doing lust, what's the opposite? You away from the spirit, having not the spirit. You have not the spirit of the Most High. That's why this is sound doctrine when it hits your ears, and people watch our stuff, right? If they got the spirit and it's connecting to them, makes sense. It's not really about y'all. Y'all keep it in the word. Y'all keep it about thus saith the Lord. You keep it about how you could get somebody to the Most High in Christ in the kingdom. You bringing forth truth. Those are the things. That's the fruits of the spirit, right? All those things, that love. Let's keep that going.
Let's go verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
Yes, so you need the spirit. You need that law.
For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Sin that dwelleth in you.
For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing.
Because if it's just up to your flesh, you're gonna do your sin. Is death in this skin, right? In his flesh. It's death in his flesh. You have to get filled with the Spirit of Christ. You got to have the Spirit of Christ. It's going to shine. It's going to push through. But people, I don't understand, because you're too carnal. You don't understand that these things in this world that you being puffed up with, that you think is it, that's why you can't bring forth understanding. He that is spiritual judgeth all things, like First Corinthians talks about. You spiritual, you look at the matter and you understand this is it, this ain't it. Nah. Your discernment's going to go up. Not just for wickedness. Are people real wise to do some evil, like the word says in Jeremiah? Right? When it comes to evil, oh yeah, they plot. They know what it is. They know, that's why they like that certain rapper that tell them stories good. It's hitting home. They've been there before. They understand that. Yeah, he bringing it out. I just be feeling him when he bringing that out. They be feeling it, right? But then when it comes to the Most High and what he says, it just no understanding about it. It don't hit them the same. The Bible ain't that deep to them. Yeah, they don't understand it, right? And you all day trying to shake them up and let them understand. Keep it going.
I wanted to go back to James real quick.
Yeah.
Go back to James chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then, when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. It was something you said in there in the midst, so I was holding this, and I'm like, dang, that was the perfect one. We didn't finish it, but that was a connecting dot right there.
How it
All right,
brings
let's go
forth that
back.
death. That was the one I was actually looking for, and I went to what did I go to 11 or 12? But
we picking up back in Romans.
Connecting all these dots, right? Thank you for that. Go ahead.
What was we at? 18?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'll read it. Verse 18, for I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind.
Remember, the spirit against the flesh. That's what Paul's going into, right? That war that goes on. Let's keep it going.
But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank God through Yeshua Christ our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God, but with the flesh, the law of sin.
Let's go to 1 Peter.
I thought you was froze for a little bit.
Oh, nah.
What verse?
We going 1 Peter chapter 1.
From the top?
let's go. Let's go to 3. Let's start at verse 3.
First Peter chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yeshua Christ, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yeshua Christ from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of God through the faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations.
Through manifold temptations, you're in heaviness. Through manifold temptations, right? These are the things when you people, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? That's the greeting, right? People don't be caring about how you doing. Some people don't. How you doing today? And some days you feeling good. Oh, I'm good. Some days you just, I'm hanging in there. I'm all right, or I'm good. But it's that war that's playing in your mind. If you just no worries, give your worries to the Most High, the best of your abilities, right? A lot of people let these things consume them to where it's just wavering your faith. You're supposed to cast all your worries, give it to the Most High. That's why people think that some people out here, they don't go through nothing, right? Because you just carrying it, you just know the Most High gonna handle it in due time. You got your faith up, but not all men have faith. So all this panicking going on. No, they think they have no time to cast their worries to the Most High or give it to Him or worry about Him. They think that can wait. That can wait. That can wait. Just keep pushing it off. I got to get to the bag. I got to get certain things. Just it could wait. I got to go have a good time. God had His party, and you not really getting your faith and works up. He can't look at your life and say what you did for Him. It was all about what He could do for you. Yeah, all we could do is obedience, but go get His sheep. That's doing for Him. That's Matthew 25. That's loving your neighbor, the poor, all these things, the lost sheep, letting them know. The manifold temptations. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 11. And you want the Most High's mercy. Right? Let's start at verse 1.
2 Samuel chapter 11 and verse 1. And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in the evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanliness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all his servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had, verse 10, And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down to his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down to thine house? And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, Tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And that even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter, saying, Set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, When thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, Wherefore approach ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Know ye not that they would shoot from the wall? Who smote Abimelech the son of Jerubbesheth? The son, Slakia, did not a woman cast a piece of a millstone upon him from the wall, that he died in Thebez? Why went ye nigh the wall? Then say thou, Thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. So the messenger went and came and showed David all that Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, Surely the men prevailed against us, and came out unto us in the field, and we were upon them, even unto the entering of the gate.
Let's jump it around. Let's go at 26-27.
It reads, And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah her husband was dead, she mourned for her husband. And when the mourning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house, and she became his wife, and bare him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Most High.
So we talking about lust today, right? And David was all up in his lust. He wasn't in the spirit at all. Puffed up. He possessed the land of they got the land of Canaan. They in Judea, the city of David, right? He got it going on. And just the minute he saw her, had to have her. He just wasn't in the spirit. He wasn't thinking brotherly love. He wasn't thinking about how deep this thing was going, and displeased the Lord. And a lot came from that when you read on. And it's just, that's how strong being consumed by your lust, that's what it can do. That's what it's about in this world. You in this flesh. If you without the spirit of the Most High and His Son, all these other religions thinking they have the spirit, worshiping, having the wisdom of this world. See, a lot of people that might be watching this, or that's let's just say in the truth, know the Most High. Some might remember what it was like not having the spirit. But think about it. A lot of people out there, they don't have the spirit. It's what you thinking every day toward the Most High. They don't have it. And the more you do things like that, and you don't correct yourself and judge yourself, you getting away from the spirit. It's like, man, I used to be strong in that truth. People know it too. They see him, man. He used to be different. Now he back to his old ways. He back with us. So having to remind you that it's a spiritual warfare here. Galatians 5 and 16.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
You can't have it both ways. It's just, it doesn't work like that. You think you're gonna, I'm this, that. No, either you in the spirit or not. Man, and it is, people think they got a few precepts that they in the spirit. Not at all. Christ was, what are you talking about? Christ was nothing like you the way that you moving. Just out there being mean to people for no reason, talking about what your kingdom is gonna be like, and it's like, what? It just sounds crazy to you, right? Because you in the spirit and you clearly see this is not the spirit. But they lust, they like the organization. They're in idolatry. It doesn't matter what Christ said. They're not doing the baptism. They're not, just all these different things. Gentiles are this, gonna be that. The women should be like this and do that. No accountability when you're not in the spirit. Right? That's why he was big. Look, the Most High so just detailed in the way that he got had Israel penning the scriptures, because we could have just not known about the Pharisees, right? It was very important that we knew about the Pharisees and how they were moving. Everything that was penned is all things was written for our learning. And it's just so true, because some people wouldn't know the difference. That's what's going on now. If you're not studying, you don't know the difference of Israelites out there and what they're doing. You see what's on there and say, I'm gonna bunch them all up. You see the Christian church, you say, I'm gonna bunch them all up. Instead of looking at the doctrine and what's being told and how people treat each other. Right? So if you should know them by their fruits. Even that, him telling us that in Matthew chapter 7, him telling us by their fruits we shall know them. We should know you by your fruit. What's coming from that tree over there, right? Romans 8 and 9. Your flesh get the best of you. You're not gonna have discipline. You're gonna wait until it destroys you. Hence, destroying your temple, the drugs, all these different things, and you not filled with the spirit, because you won't do and take step like Romans 7. You won't do what you're supposed to be doing. You got to do what the Most High say. Don't just try to bring his name up. He's giving you this. He's giving you legs. He's giving you a mind. He's giving you food to eat the right way. All these things. This is the way. Walk ye there in it. Bring that out.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his.
Check that out. If you don't have the Spirit, you not one of his. You don't got the Spirit of the Son, you not one of his. You know, because it's important what is them red letters. Them red letters and moving how he told you to move is very important to you. That's not important to everybody. It's not even in their thoughts. They could care less. Let's go Jude 1:19. While you getting that, I want to get something real quick. I'm in let's get can we hold that, and can you get Psalms 10 and 4?
book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts.
God is not in people's thoughts. They just gonna look, man, ain't nobody changing. They feel like, why? Why do I need to change into what you dealing with? And they think they got so much time. And man, blessed are your eyes that could see. Think about it. People pass away every day, and that's not even enough to tell people. That's not even a warning for people. I mean, what the devil has done in the minds of this world, it's mind blowing when you think about it. It's and even if we were there once, it's like, whoa, it's wild. Always bring it up week after week, the programming and all those things, because he's not at all in their thoughts. You thinking that's crazy because every day the Most High is on your mind, right? It's important to you, the way you live in your life. You fear him. You know there's a kingdom come. He's told you the truth about who you are, who the enemies are, and what they're planning, and all this psyops, all these news stations, all this political madness, all this confusion, and you're watching the end game. You understand the end game to come. You preparing. And why people all day out there in they lust, not having the spirit, which means they don't know what's to come and they're not preparing. They think it's not of importance, and they're gonna be out there with nothing, not even doing it for their children, and what their children need to know because of what's gonna be coming in their time. Let's go to James chapter 4.
You still want that, Jude?
Oh yeah, bring that out.
It's the book of Jude, verse 19. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit.
Time and time again. Now
Yeah.
let's start. Let's go back to what's that 17. Let's back that up. Let's start at 17.
Verse 17. But beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken before of the apostles of our Lord Yeshua Christ, how that they told you there should be mockers in the last time, who shall walk after their own ungodly lusts. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit.
Time and time again, the ones in their lust, they don't have the spirit. Cause it's and even people that like we say, they got the scripts, but they walking in their lust, the way they treat people. Oh, you just want to be Lord over somebody. You just want to it's not really about showing them the way. Oh, you doing some things behind closed doors. You not doing right by your wife. You not doing right by yourself. You not, and it's just, that's not the spirit because you just show up to a Shabbat gathering or because you come to the Passover or a feast day or you got the fringes on. The Most High knows what we're doing in the dark. He knows what we're doing behind closed doors. That's why people, that's a good person. I don't, look, yeah, the Most High see a little deeper, right? He sees a little deeper. He knows where we going off at, where we go wrong at. And so just to put that out there. All right, let's get James chapter 4. This war in our members, right? Let's go 4-1.
Come. The book of James chapter 4 and verse 1. From whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts, that war in your members? Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss.
Let's get
that. Ye may.
Let me get that real quick. So James 4:3.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss.
Amiss. Let's go Amos. Let's go that's G2560 Kakos. Right? You ask wrongfully. Your motives. It says amiss. You asking wrongfully. You show that you may consume it with your lust, right? Keep it going.
That ye may consume it upon your lust.
You're asking for things wrongfully so you can get it because you lust. And that's when they say, look what God, look, every time, like when they get an award from whether you pushing the fornication lifestyle or you pushing, um, it's all death because it's the wages of sin. But they say, I like this, thank God for this award. Which one? Which power are you talking about? And our people we don't see through it, right? The BET awards, all this God talk that Diddy was probably doing all them years when he receiving award. You receiving awards, and you've been bringing up God and you brother love and all these things and all this wickedness coming out, right? So the Most High, he see what people don't see, and you can't be idolizing these people. You know, pray the Most High have mercy on who he gonna have it. He judges the right. He could judge way better than we could, because you know, man, he could judge way better than we could. 1 John 2 and 15. Let's get 15 and 16.
Oh, hold on. I think you wanted some real quick before we jump there. Verse 4 in James 4 and 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Yep.
Jump into verse chapter where we go. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Mm-hmm. So all of that comes with it. Just bringing it home. Pray that this is edifying, that people really understand the difference. Like, there's a reason why when you in the flesh, it's easier to go to that, right? It's easier. It feels good to go to that when you in your fleshly ways. But when you feel with the Spirit, it's harder to do those things. You know, the most high on your conscience. You notice you've been representing him. You've been standing up saying, hey, you've been posting saying, hey, this is what I represent. This is my God. This is who I'm repping. Hey, I got knowledge for you. Check this out. Check this out. I'm living like this. And everyone's saying, oh, okay, he's on that. What is that? I'm interested. I'm watching that. You've been in this for some years. You've been changing. They coming up to you when they going through things, right? Asking amiss, though. Asking amiss, just the Most High, just put them back on their feet. Whatever to get them to the Most High. But there's a reason why you strengthened in this, and when you fall short, like, man, I gotta get back. I gotta read more. I gotta seeking that much more. I gotta get my household in order. I gotta be a better brother, better sister. I gotta do right. I gotta get right. But everyone's just looking for a blessing from the Most High. They don't even know what So when you're a friend of the world, that's normal. And in these times, it's getting worse and worse as far as what the world is accepting. So, but going back, let's go to 2 Peter chapter 2. Second Peter chapter 2 and 20. Let's start at 20.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yeshua Christ, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
So when it comes to you going back to your old ways, you like your return to filth. You return to your vomit. You going back to your old ways because look, you that kind of goes with like Hebrews 6, putting Christ to an open shame after you done tasted the heavenly things. No one really understands that if they're not in this family. No matter what they say, those that this hit them, this knowledge of you knowing you Israel was like, what? It all makes sense. I have a heritage now. I have the truth. No more of them, no more lies. Now it's on me to do what's right. You go back to your vomit. What are you going back to? It doesn't hit the same when you were full-fledged in darkness and didn't know. Now you screwed up all over the place. Judas, I mean, you was right there. And yeah, we know that's all the will of the Most High, right? Speaking of Judas and what happened with Christ, but it's all the will of the Most High, period. And people, you wanna really lock in with him, get filled with the Spirit, because if you're in the lust, it's gonna destroy you. And so, with that, we pray that you get strengthened up, put your armor on, get on the battlefield, and know that it's serpents everywhere. As far as it's a war for your soul. That's what this boils down to. It's a war for your soul. They want you. Look, why would they ever give you the truth of the Most High and His Son in this world? Think about it. The world is running away from this. They want to pick up a Quran that gives them no knowledge. It's just tradition. Or they're running to atheists or spirituality, and are people going to that ancestor worship, opening up dark doors that cannot be closed, seeking witches and warlocks, but not calling it that, of course.
For sure.
So, with that, anything for you, Lamawad?
Khan, if you out there and you really trying to get on the path, start cutting certain things out that could be holding you back. If you just a social media junkie, or just you want them the shows where they just being messy, start taking a lot of that out your life. Maybe just a little bit at a time, and just use that time to connect with the Father. Go pray here and there. You feel like you might have did something wrong and don't know if it's wrong, bend the corner, go in the bathroom and pray real quick. Just do things that can help bring you closer to the Father. Just those type of things. It'd be the small things that count too. And that's why he say the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains, because just that little bit of what you're doing is going to help bring you closer by far. So that's it.
Khan, all praises. All praises be filled with the knowledge of the Almighty. Right?
Khan.
Cast it all on him. So with that, bless you all. Praise is edifying. Stay on the journey. Stay on the righteous path, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And you definitely want to be on the side of righteousness when you're judged, because everything that people out here doing it for, all the people they're out here doing it for, it won't matter. It will not matter, not even a little bit. So with that, bless you all. Shalom.
Shalom.